allegations are. A very good morning. You're watching Newsx and I'm Shivani Singh. In a move to strengthen the anti-cheating law, the Union Government has proposed the Public Examinations Prevention of Unfair Means Amendment Bill 2026, a copy of which was circulated among members of the Parliament on July 25, 2026. Now today, the Indian government is set to introduce an amendment in the bill in the Parliament, raising the minimum jail term for individuals involved in unfair means, including leaking question papers of public exams, hiking the fines, and also setting up fast-track courts to ensure speedy trials and completing them within 3 months of the charge sheet. With that, let's take a look at what the 2024 bill included, and we'll give you in fact a look at the task force that the government has in fact constituted as well, because that will give you an idea of what the government actually plans to do, who these members are of this task force that's been set up, what is the role of the task force, and how is it going to bring about massive change. So let's look at the government's exam task force. Who is in it? Number one, the person who Prime Minister Narendra Modi also spoke about, Nandan Nilekani. He is the Infosys co-founder, appointed to chair the task force on July 26, 2026. Remember that this is a global head. He was the co-founder of Infosys, running an organization that has in fact transformed the information technology space. So the government has roped him to head this task force. We are in fact also looking at some of his past experiences. He is the former head of the Unique Identification Authority of India, or the Aadhaar, or the UIAID. So this is in fact, remember that he has been the former head of the Aadhaar, entire Aadhaar system that has come into the picture, and that's why the government has in fact also roped him in. Now, the panel's principal technology expert, he comes with a background in large-scale digital public infrastructure. Like I mentioned, that he has a varied background in the technology sector, and that's why he has been roped in. Let's look at another name that has come to the force, S. Somnath. He is the former ISRO chairman. So we are also getting in people from the space scientific community as well, to make sure that we have an excellent task force that has been set up. He is a veteran aerospace scientist, led India's space agency through major missions. So obviously this person, he's led ISRO, an organization that has made its mark in the global space race as well, which has helped India in fact transform itself into the space nation, and he will also be a part of this task force. Now, he brings large scale mission critical systems experience to the panel. If something goes wrong at the last minute, he is the man who will make sure that everything is handled. So critical, mission critical systems will be handled by him. Let's look at another name that's come forward, Tapan Dekha. He is a former Intelligence Bureau Director. So any kind of outside influence, any kind of conspiracy, any kind of organized network that may be behind all these paper leaks or all these unfair means that are coming into the picture, Tapan Dekha is the man for you. He brings a security and intelligence background to the committee. So the government is looking at all the aspects of unfair means that can in fact take place, external influences, internal influences, and Tapan Dekha in fact is expected to focus on preventing leaks, breaches, and insider threats. He is the man. He was the former Intelligence Bureau chief, so he is the man that will make sure that if there are any internal leaks that are taking place, he will curb them. Let's also look at the last name that comes to the fore, which is V. Kamakoti. He is the director of IIT Madras, one of the leading institutes of the country, comparable to all the leading institutes across the world, and he is in fact the director of IIT Madras. He is a computer science academic, expert in systems and technology. There were a lot of problems and controversy regarding the computer systems that were put into place, the digitization of the entire public examination center. So, this man has in fact been brought in to make sure that he deals with all the technological systems over there. He has publicly stressed on the importance of technology intervention for exam reforms. So, this person will bring in that technological reform that is required to make sure that our public examination systems are crystal clear, leak proof, and only work for the better of our students. Let us look at another name that is coming to the fore, which is Anita Karwar. She is the former school education secretary. So, the school education secretary has also been roped in, because the preparation for these exams starts at a young age, at an early age, and if you are looking at school education as well, the government wants to bring in that perspective too. She is a senior IAS officer with education bureaucracy background. So, she has a background in bureaucracy as well, in education, which will bring a fresh new perspective to this entire committee. Let us also look at how she is bringing policy and administrative expertise on India's exams system. So, she will in fact bring in that administrative expertise that is required, along with policy decisions that have to be taken in. Let us look at another name that is coming to the fore, Amrit Lal Meena. He is the logistics expert and senior IAS officer. So, he is in fact responsible for logistics. And remember that for this re-NEET paper that was held recently in June this year, after the entire paper leak, there was a request for logistics from the armed forces. The Indian Air Force in fact helped transfer all these question papers to make sure that they are secured. So, now this person, Amrit Lal Meena, is expected to handle operational and logistic sides of the exam reform. So, all the great minds of the country have been roped in for this task force from various sectors. You saw we are dealing with logistics, we are dealing with operational front, we are dealing with school education, we are also dealing in fact with technology. So, a lot of in fact changes are expected from this task force. Well,